Okay, good morning, class. So today we're looking at the grade 11, paper 2. This was 2019 November. Okay, we just concluded paper 1. This is more exciting. But we will get it, no? So this is grade 11, paper 2, November 2019. Okay. Oh, I thought you guys grade 12 already. Not yet. Must I relax? Okay. People, let's go. I gave you guys the answer book of this paper, correct? Alright, so use the answer book. You should have used the answer book. You should have. Oh, I did this already. Okay, so the question says the approximate electricity charges in rands of 27 flats in a particular block of flats is given month where they recorded as follows. You got 780, 750. Are these numbers in order? No. Not so? So let's just check if they ask you for mean and things like that, mean range. We actually need the numbers in order. Let's just check the ogive, standard deviation. Okay. So the first question says, complete the table. So we're going to complete the table. How many is from 500, including 500 to 600? So 5 something. Only one. You could have 600 to 700. So it's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then 8. Then 10.
8.
Another 8. Okay. Then 4. Or we could have said that minus that. Not so. We have done that as well, and we would have gotten the frequency. Okay. Then the question says, draw an ogive on the given set of axes to represent the information. Now this is taken from the answer sheet. Okay. This is question 2.1. So when we draw on our cumulative frequency, or draw the cumulative frequency polygon, I take 60 and 600 and 1. These are the points to be plotted. 707, 815, and so on. Not so. The first one is 600. Is 600? Yeah. And 1. Okay. Then the next one was 707. So it will be in line with this one here. As you can see, the border needs to be aligned again. The next one is 815. Okay, next one. 900 and? Sorry? 18. 20. 3. And 1,000 and? 1,000 and? 27. Okay? You can come. Yeah. So what do? We connect the dots freehand. Okay. Then if you look at this here, you check here which number is the bottom value. Can you see it? And we need to ground this to that value. So we connect that to the bottom value. From this point, no, which is 601 to 500. Okay. Let's ground that properly. Very important that you draw this diagram freehand. You don't use a ruler or any of the sort. Okay. Then the next question says, use the raw data to data given in the original table to calculate the mean cost of the electricity in this particular month. Okay. So the mean. So what do? We add up all these values, divided by number of values. Okay. However, the next question is for the standard deviation. Okay. So what we do is we might as well just program the calculator and then enter the data and use the information from the calculator straight. Okay. Instead of doing two calculations. Okay. So in order to program the calculator, we have to press the following buttons. You press mode. Then you press mode. Then 3 for step. You guys press 2, not so? Is that correct? Right. Then you press, this is your variance, is 1. There's 1 for variance. First variance. Now you enter the data. Can somebody read out the data first? 780, yes?
750.
750, yes?
880.
880? 800? 900?
810.
810?
600. 830.
900? 810?
No, it's
Just hang on.
600.
It's 800, 900, 810, 600,
830.
830,
690.
690,
970.
970,
680.
680,
810.
810,
770.
770,
750.
750,
690.
690,
760.
760,
910.
910,
700.
700,
950.
950,
800.
800,
700.
700,
810.
810,
640.
640,
700.
700,
580.
580,
680.
680,
870.
870. Okay. What I then press is AC, is to store this data. I then press shift. Shift. Then I press the number 1. So we press AC shift number 1. 4 for variance. 2 for mean. And 3 for standard deviation. Okay. So we work out your mean here. Your mean will work out to be 2 for mean, 770 rands and 74 cents. Not so. Then the standard deviation, the shift 1, 4 for variance, 3 for standard deviation. Usual. Is that correct?
Yes.
99 comma 59,59. Now that is the mean of the electricity from the raw score. Okay. That is basically the unsorted data, or the data that's not in the in the table here. Okay. So before we go into, we first see what this question says. How many households' electricity charges for this particular month lies within one standard deviation of the mean? So to calculate your mean here, your one standard deviation, I set up an interval. So it's going to be your mean minus your standard deviation and your mean plus the standard deviation. In other words, that is going to be 770,74 minus 99,5 is 9. So it's going to be 671, 15. 671, 15. The other one, of course, is the plus. Gives you 870,33. Rands, no? So what we do is we count how many values lies within this range. Okay. So what is the range again? 700 and 671 and 870 comma something. No? So is 780 in within that range? Yes. That one is in. That one is not. This one is in. Not within that range. Yes. 600 is not. 830 is. 690 yes. 970 no. 680 yes. 810 yes. 770 yes. 750 690 760 910 no. 700 yes. 950 no. 800 yes. 700 yes. 810 yes. 640 no. 700 yes. 580 no. 680 yes. 870 yes. Okay. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19. Can you see that? Is that correct? Huh? Yes, so it's going to be 19 out of 27 numbers. Do they want the percentage? No, how many? So therefore, 19 households is the answer they're looking for. Not so. They'd ask you for the percentage. There would have been 19 out of 27 times 100. Okay? But that is calculating the mean and the standard deviation from the raw scores. Okay? What if they had given you a table here? But this was not the question. Eh? They've given you the table and they wanted you to work out the mean and the standard deviation from the distribution table. Okay? So what we do is we do it in purple. This was not the question, as I said. You're going to work out your mean and your standard deviation from the distribution table. So what we do is we need to find the midpoints. Not so. So to get the midpoints, it's 500 plus 600 divided by 2 is 550. The next one is 650, 750, 850, 950. So those are the class midpoints. Okay? So the difference here is we need our frequency to be on. Okay? So to get the frequency on, to get that on, we press shift mode. We press shift mode, the down arrow. And I think it's 5 for stat, or 4 for stat in this case, and 1 for frequency on. 4 for stat, and 1 for frequency on. Okay. Now, say we had to go straight into that. Of course, you'll start off with this. Then it looks like there's nothing that happened on the calculator. Then you follow this route here again. Okay? But at that part, the calculator is still retained. So you will have the frequency on. So now when we enter this, so let me just get here quickly. Step 1 for variant. Yeah, there we go. The frequency is now on. So when we enter it here, we're going to enter the midpoint of the classes. So it's 550. The next one is 650, 750, 850, 950. Okay? And that now corresponds to what's the frequency in the first category? 1, then 6, then 8, then 8, then 4. Okay? Then what we do is, as we did before, AC, shift, stat, 4 for variance, 2 for mean. So the mean of the group data is 779.63. 779.63. The mean 779.63. And your standard deviation, shift 1, 4 for variance, 3 for standard deviation. 108.23. 108. Okay. So if the question says raw scores, you do the first calculation. Okay. If they say from group data or from the distribution table, then you have to have your frequency on it. Okay. So that concludes question 1. Okay. In question 2, yes? Yeah. In question 2, we are told that the mathematics marks obtained by a group of learners is given below. The question says determine the 5-number summary for the data and represent it using a box and whisker diagram. Now, the 5-number summary, are these numbers in order? Yes. The 5-number summary is the lowest value, quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and the highest value with the maximum value. Okay. So your minimum value is 31, your maximum value is 94. So the middle number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, it's 76. So it's an odd amount of numbers, so I cross it out. And how many numbers do you find here on the lower set? 5. So the middle number, of course, is the third number, which is 48. And the highest value, of course, the quartile 3 is going to be 90. Okay. So what we do is we draw this on the scale. It must be on the scale, right? So it goes 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yes, 100. So that is going to be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, of course. The lowest value gets a dot, so 31 gets a dot. 94, 95 just one less than that, so it's 94. 76 gets a stroke, so it's a bit halfway, just over that. 76. Then you got 48. It's 40, just under 50, so it's 48. And then 94. It is, 90. Okay. What you notice here that I'm drawing the numbers on top of its respective points. You don't have to do that, but it's just to make sense, or for the examiner to see you know what you do. Okay. So sometimes your values could be so on. If they ask with regards to the skewness of this data, what can you say about this here? The data is skewed to the left. Skewed to the left. Okay, why? Because from the median to the minimum is greater than the median to the maximum. The next question. 2.2 is the data of the mathematics results skewed to the left, right, or neither. In this case, I will just explain it skewed to the left. Give a reason for your answer. As I said, the median, the minimum to the median is larger. That range is larger than from the median to the maximum. Okay. Number 3. In number 3, we are told that in the diagram below, triangle ABC is given with angle with A. A is negative 3 and 4, B is negative 2 and negative 3, and C is 2 and 1. The question says, determine the length of AC. So of course we'll use distance formula, not so. So we're going to say AC is going to be the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay? For AC, it's going to be the square root of negative 3 minus 2 squared plus 4 minus 1 squared. Put that in the calculator. The square root of negative 3 minus 2 squared plus, oops, get it in the normal order by pressing shift 9, shift 9, 3, you're going to clear all. So it's going to be the square root of, open brackets, negative 3, negative 2, all squared, plus, open brackets, 4 minus 1 squared. That gives an answer of the root of 34. Okay? And I want the length of AB. So once you write the formula down once, that suffices for the paper. So AB is going to be negative 3 minus 2 squared plus 4 minus 3 squared. Okay? So that's going to give us a square root of, open brackets, negative 3 plus 2 squared plus, open brackets, 4 plus 3 squared. Gives us 5 root 2. Is that correct? Huh? Not right. Did nobody work it out? It's correct. Okay. What's the matter? Pick it up. Are you okay? The child died now. Yeah, okay. You guys must just follow, no? And you just let me know when it's wrong. Okay. Then the question in then the question in 3.1.2, it says, calculate the median of triangle ABC from point C. So the median of triangle ABC from point C. So here's C. So the median is connected to the opposite side, and is connected to the midpoint of that opposite side. You guys see that? The median. Even standing at 90 degrees, it's called the altitude. Okay, so that's the median and the altitude. So let's see here. So we say the midpoint of AB is going to be x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay, so it's negative 3 plus negative 2 over 2, and then 4 plus negative 3 over 2. So that gives us negative 5 over 2 and alright. So from here it's just a matter of calculating the equation of that line. So the gradient of let's call this for now M of MC is going to be changing, I have a change in it, so it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So So it's going to be 1 minus a half over 2 minus 5 over 2. Okay? So it's 1 minus a half over 2 plus 5 over 2. Gives you 1 over 9. Is that correct? Right, so y is equal to 1 over 9x plus c. So in pursuit of calculating c, I must substitute either c, which is 2 and 1, or m, one of the points, okay? So I'm going to substitute c, which is 2 and 1. So that's a x and a y. So 1 is equal to 1 over 9 times 2 plus c, which is 2 over 9. So 1 minus 2 over 9, 7 over 9. Therefore y is equal to 1 over 9x plus 7 over 9. Okay? Then 3.2, this is all part of, okay, 3.2 says, so I'm going to take this off here. That y is equal to 1 over 9x plus 7 over 9. Okay, I want to keep the diagram in focus, so I'm just erasing that working there. Bring this up. So the next question says, calculate the angle of inclination of AC. So you see that is the line AC. Not so. So that angle of inclination is an angle that will be measured. If I extend this line here, that will be an angle of inclination. Let's call that theta for now. Okay. Remember that the angle of inclination, or the angle, always opens from the positive x onto the line. So we're going to say in 3.2.1, tan of theta equals the gradient of AC. Do we have the gradient of AC? No. So we say tan of theta is equal to, the gradient is y2 minus y1, so it's 4 minus 1 over minus 3 minus 2, which is 3 over minus 5. As you can see, the graph is decreasing. It has to have a negative gradient. Okay? So we've got arctan of negative 3 over 5, arctan of negative 3 over 5, gives you a negative angle, we add 180. Plus 180 gives you a 140, plus 180. It's actually lower than that. Give me an angle of 149, 04. That's 149, 04. Okay. Then the next question says, the angle of inclination of BC. The angle of inclination of BC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off here, this calculation. So the angle of inclination of BC. So BC is this line here. So in other words, we're working out this angle. You all agree with that? Let's call this beta for now. Okay? So BC is 3.2.2. So tan of beta is equal to the gradient of BC. Okay? Do we have the gradient of BC? Huh? Did we work out the gradient of BC? No. Okay, so the gradient of BC. We need to work out that gradient. So the gradient of BC is going to be 1 minus 3 over 2 minus 2. So they give you 4, which gives you 1. Arctan of 1 gives you 45 degrees there. So that angle is 45 degrees. Okay. The other question says, I think this is loose, yes. Open that up. Then the question says, the angle ACB. Okay, so ACB, which is this angle here. Now, so for that angle, we know that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposites. I got beta, but I don't have this angle here. Not so. But that angle can be calculated. How can that angle be calculated? Angles on a straight line. So that angle works out to be 180 minus 149,04. No? You give me an angle of? Sorry? 30,96 degrees here. Okay, so that's 30,96 degrees. Then we know that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposites. Not so. So therefore, ACB is equal to 30,96 plus 45 degrees. That gives us, sorry, 75,96 degrees. Okay. Also, what do you notice? What am I doing? I'm populating the diagram all the time. Okay? What's wrong, Michael? Why you look so worried?
I don't look worried.
How can you say, can you see yourself?
No.
Exactly. Okay. How do you know you look? Okay. Determine the coordinates of D if A, C, B, D is a parallelogram. So, you go here. A, C, D, B. In that order. What's the coordinates of A? The coordinates of A is negative 3 and 4. What's the coordinates of C? Sorry? 2 and 1, yes? Is that O'Neilly still with amongst the living? You okay, Michael? That one, yes. Okay. D is what we're calculating, not so? And B, negative 2 and negative 3. Now, there's one of two ways of doing it. Okay, can do it by transformation, or we can work out the midpoint of BC, and then you go and use the reverse of that midpoint to work out T. That's one way. Otherwise transformation, what I do is I say, okay, from A to D, well, what is the distance, or how many units do we move from A to D? It is 4 to negative 3 is 7. Why? Because it's on your y-axis. Can you see we move up or down is your y-axis? On this side must also be 7. Not so. So D, to get the YD of D, 1 minus 7 is negative 6. Can you see that? Then, I move from A to C, I'm affecting my X. Not so. From negative 3 to 2. Negative 3 to 2 is 5, so that must also be 5. Not so. What's negative 2 plus 5? 3, and that's your D. D is going to be 3 and negative 6. Okay. Now we're looking at question 4. Question 4, we are told that the circle with center M passes through the points 0 and 7, 4 and negative 5, E, which is A and B. F is on the y-axis, sorry, the x-axis. Okay. So the first question is determine the coordinates of M. Determine the coordinates of M. And how do you think we're going to calculate the coordinates of M? It's going to be the midpoint. Not so, the center of the circle. Okay, so do we have 2 points? Yes. This is now 4.1. We have 2 points. We have C and D, so we can work out the center, M. So x1 plus x2 over 2, so 0 plus 4 over 2, and 7 plus minus 5 over 2. So M works out to be 4 over 2, which is 2, and 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay? So it's 2 and 1 there. Alright. 4.2. The question says calculate the distance of CD. Calculate the distance of CD. Distance formula. So that is going to give you the square root of 0 minus 4 squared plus 7 minus 5 squared. So that gives us the square root of the mistake 16 plus 12 squared, which is 154. It's 4 root 10. Okay. Then it says determine the value of B, the y value of the coordinate of E. Okay, so right, so I can calculate A. Which is 2 moles. Jeez. I think I would have to calculate A, but why is it 2 moles? Let's work it out and see, and then maybe there's an easier way. For 2 moles, okay. So determine B, the y value of the coordinates of E. So what I need to do is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work out the A value of E, okay, the x coordinate of E, and then I'm going to use the fact that the length of CD has to be the same length of FE, okay. Why? Because both is going to be your diameter, since both is going through the center of the circle. Okay. So that would simply be A. Remember that for F is going to be 0, some value here, and 0. No, it's going to be simple. What's wrong with it? You see here? You got the midpoint. Not so. So it's going to be 0 plus B over 2 is equal to the midpoint, which is 1. So B is going to be 2. Okay, that explains why it's 2. Okay. Now it's going to go through a whole long calculation to get B to be 2. But let's realize now that that is 0. Anywhere on your y-axis, x is 0. Alright? And sorry, anywhere on the x-axis, y is 0. Then it says, yeah, here it's with, this is what I was going to do. Okay, so it says here, so I can replace this with my A and 2. So E is going to be A and 2. Now, another question says, determine the value of A. the x value of the coordinates of E. Okay, so we don't know what this value is here. Okay. However, we know that this is your, from center to circumference, what is that? The radius. So ME is going to be half of CD. That's all. Because our CD is your diameter. Okay? So that's going to be half of 4 root 10, which is 2 root 10. So I'm going to work out the distance of ME. So distance is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay. But what is the length of ME? ME is 2 root 10. Okay. So what we do now is, to get rid of the square roots, I square both sides. By doing that, I will get 4 times 10, which is 40. Equals, the square and square root cancel, so it's a minus 2 squared, plus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1 squared is 1. Okay, you take it over the equal sign. It's going to give you 39 is equal to a minus 2 whole squared. The square root thereof, don't forget, plus minus, so a minus 2 is equal to plus minus the root of 39. You take it minus 2 over, becomes plus 2. Okay. Did I ask you for decimals? No? So I leave it like that. Okay? If they wanted it, but I must omit one of the values. Okay, let's first see. So a is equal to 2 plus the root of 39. That's going to give us 8.24. 8.24, or x is equal to, of course with a negative, they're the grade 12 making so much news. Jesus. You guys are not going to be like it, no? So of course it can't be that one. Why? So it's lying in the first quadrant. Did you see that? Another thing is that they gave you a hint here. Okay, which means to say, if I had gone and multiplied this story out, then I would have gotten a squared minus 4a. That's going to give you 5 minus 35. Now that does not give you a rational root, so you'd have to use the quadratic formula. So you just go 1 so 5. So it's 1 negative 4 negative 35. Okay, you see, it gives you the same solution. Okay. People for homework, please conclude this paper. We will try and finish it by Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend. Good morning, class.